The flags are finally done. They're a lot of work. um, got a lot of curves and stuff, and try to get them as smooth as possible without doing any sanding. So I have to spend a lot of time doing finish work and being fussy, but they look pretty good. And next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the finial on that side. I'll do that one. Then we'll do the other one, and then I will put the stars and the stripes and the shield, and after that I will finally put the veins and the quills and the feathers. So let's get started. The finials are still at the full thickness of 2 inches. It is going to be, when I'm done, they'll be about a 1/2 inch thick. I'm going to take them from the center of this thick piece of wood in between the top and the back side, so that part of it is just barely touching this feather. This is all the same level, as is the little circle here. The tassels are going to come from behind, and this will be farther back than this thing. And these will be rounded, and I'll make it look like rope. So right now I'm gonna cut away a lot of this stuff here, get the basic shape, pull this away from the feather. Away from the feather a little bit, and I'll get started. Everything is kind of on an angle. This is the highest point away from here, and this is the lowest point. So it's going to be a little thicker out here than it is down here. These lines here, I'm going to do this more or less. I do them when I was getting this wrong and make sure it's nice and straight. Use that as a starting point down here, just a straight edge. This is the 7th sweep. It's pretty much perfect for the circle here. Just right down. tassels come from back behind there. I gotta do all this. We'll have time back and forth. Because I'm not sure where everything's gonna be yet. You see how much material I have. So that's like a puffball comes out. Maybe on these threads with a rope. So normally these are pretty thin. It's more of a relief carving that you make an illusion that it's full size. But I got plenty of wood here, so I'm going to make it almost three-dimensional. Doesn't take much longer. Always got plenty of wood. This one's actually laying over the top of this one a little bit. So I got the rope pretty close to the size I wanted it, and then the actual bell at the bottom of the tassel, I worked on that, and you could see that the rope was too thick after that once I got this the way I liked it. So now I'll go back and just thin up the rope a little bit, and that's another example of having to go back and forth so that the whole picture looks good. Everything's balanced and works together. So I have so much wood back here, and it just looks stupid. This got to go away anyhow, but right now I want to finish the back of this a little bit so I can get a realistic look at what it's going to be like. So I'm just going to break off the back of that, and then I'll roll that around, make it look like it's three-dimensional. Big piece is breaking off in the back. Not ideal, but I'm going to be carving all that away back there. And that'll be good enough so that I can finish up the shape of this. And as usual, most of the time is for cleanup work. Some carvers save it till the end. I will save the ultra fine cleanup till the end, but right now I'm getting 90% of it. And And then, you know, if you save it all to the end, you could spend probably as much time doing cleanup as you did the actual carving and shaping. I'll save the rest of that for the back cutting. Be a lot easier when there's nothing behind it. And you think, see, I did a stupid thing there. Broke a chip off. This has to come down anyhow. Nice and flat. Circle. Let's get like a little bit to get nice and round. I think in the original carving that was just a two-dimensional flat circle. And you could do that, but it only takes a few extra minutes to give us some three-dimensional pizzazz here, a little bit of life. Alright, now we have the little bit of decoration on these things. And this is a really common decoration that was used on a lot of Bellamy's eagles. You can get it fairly straight if you go really shallow to start with. Once you have a little trail, you can go successfully, yeah. You can go a little deeper each time. And that's pretty much all you need. A few little flourishes here. I don't want to go all the way to the end, so I'll just blend this in a little bit. All right. I still have to cut this all back. We'll do that after. I'm going to do these tassels now, the detailing on them. It's actually a horse brush. Got real stiff bristles. All right, so the rope is twisted, so we're going to give it that twisted look. And then the bells of the tassels, those have strands. So what we're going to do is just start off here. It just wraps around. All right, that is done except for back cutting and a little bit of cleanup. But I'm gonna go do the other side, and then I'll come back and we'll do the shield.